Training finally ended. You clutch your stomach as the cramps in your waist attempt to kill you. Bakugo had not for a second taken it easy on you. You usually appreciate the equality Bakugo was born and raised with, but today you really wished he was an anti-feminist. You stumble into the dorms, passing a forming group of 1A students. "Hey Pebble," you hear your cheerful boyfriend call from the sofa. You swallow. You loved Kirishima, but today you really just wanted to be on your own. "Come sit with us," he says. You muscle up a smile. "No thanks, I'm just kinda tired from training, so I'm gonna go to my room." Okay, Kirishima replied, looking a little worried. You didn't like that. You didn't want him to have to worry about you. You stand as straight as you could and smile widely. As Bakugo walks by, you elbow him. "I'm gonna beat your ass next time, though." Bakugo balled his fists and waved them at you. "You wanna fucking go extra?" "Oh, I'll definitely beat you up. Tomorrow." You wink at Kirishima, noticing his wide expression dissipate into a friendly smile to his best friend and his girlfriend. Satisfied, you walk to the elevator, ready to curl up in a ball of blankets and discomfort. As soon as you leave, Ejirou's smile drops, and he looks longingly after you. Mina, who was next to him, noticed. "Hey, what's up with you?" Ejirou looked at her, forcing an unconvincing smile. "It's nothing," to which Mina replies with a deadpan expression, and an unheard, "Really?" Ejirou sighed, defeated. "It's just that she's been different since yesterday. Kinda distant. Do you think I did something wrong?" "What? No, she adores you," Mina says with a surety that Ejirou just didn't have right now. He asked in a small voice, "Then why is she acting like that?" Ejirou, who had been eavesdropping on the conversation, asked, "What's today's date?" Ochako replied with the date. "Oh," she smiles knowingly. "The red demon has arrived." Asue inquired, "How do you know, Kiro?" "'Cause she gets hers before I get mine." Mina laughed. Poor her." Ejirou looked between the girls, confused. "Sorry, what?" Everyone looked a little surprised. "You don't know?" Yamomo asked. Ejirou shook his head in puzzlement. Mina replied with a horrified expression. "She's your girlfriend, Kiri. You have to know these things." Ejirou was slowly losing his patience. "Know what, Mina?" Ejirou, not a fan of this useless, drawn-out conversation, replied, "She's on her period, Kirishima." "Oh." Ejirou vaguely remembered the mention of periods in sex ed. He knew that meant a woman would be bleeding for a certain amount of time, but still didn't understand why you were avoiding him. "But why is she being distant with me? I don't care that she's on her period." Mina sighed. "Kiri, the poor thing's probably in pain." "In pain?" Ejirou asked, fully alert now. "Why is she in pain?" "The cramps, Kirishima. Pure torture," Ejirou replied. Ochako piped in. "Yeah, and I know your girlfriend. She hates taking pain medication." Yamomo confirmed. "Yes, that's true. I did offer her once, but she declined." Ejirou knew that well enough. Whenever you get injured, you'd never admit to being any degree of serious. You'd always attempt to deal with it without seeing Recovery Girl. You and Ejirou hadn't been dating very long, probably a little over a month, but he wished you had told him that you were suffering. Ejirou pouted, feeling helpless in the situation where he really wanted to help. "Then what should I do?" The girls pitied the well-meaning boyfriend. Mina said, "Okay, Kirishima, this is what you have to do." You'd been trying to sleep for what felt like hours, but the cramps in your stomach refused to let you find any semblance of peace. You'd alternated between kicking the blanket off you to pulling the blanket to your neck, only to kick it back down again. You tossed and turned in an attempt to find a comfortable position, but everyone seemed to make your pain worse. You were on the verge of tears. You put your one hand on your lower stomach to try and bring some warmth to soothe your cramps, but it was next to useless. In the midst of changing position again, you hear a knock on the door. You ignore it in the hopes that whoever it was would think you were sleeping. However, The handle rattled, and inside walked your boyfriend, Kirishima. You groaned internally, but externally you said as nicely as you could in your state, "Eji, I really can't talk right now. Can you please? The girls told me you're on your period." Ejirou cut in. You groan externally now. Is it that obvious? Apparently Jirou's period is right after yours. You exhale. Right. His expression saddened. You could have told me you were in pain. You look away from him. It's not really a big deal. I can handle it. I'm your boyfriend. I'm supposed to know this stuff. He parrots Mina's words. Your eyes flick to his, and you feel guilty. The worry he'd been feeling was obvious in his scrunched eyebrows and etched into his facial features. I'm sorry, you say. He smiled. Kirishima Ejirou, everyone. Always so quick to forgive. Well, I got you some stuff. Ejirou held up a plastic packet enthusiastically before placing it on the bed to reveal its contents. The girls told me you don't like taking medication for it, so I didn't get that. He sounded dubious about not getting the medication, but nevertheless continued. I got you the chocolate cake that you love, and burgers from McDonald's, along with that iced coffee you like, and you chuckle. So much thought must have gone into what he was buying, and not everyone would go out of their way to buy their girlfriend's favorites. How did I get so lucky with the best boyfriend ever? Ejirou's face almost blended in with his hair. I wouldn't go that far. I would, you say. Then looking at all the stuff he bought, you say, Ejirou, I'm sorry, but I can't possibly eat all of this right now. I really just want to sleep. Please? Ejirou nods, understandingly, putting the packet down. That's okay. We can eat it when you wake up. He notices your hand on your stomach and frowns. Does it hurt a lot? You shake your head and lie. Nah, I'm good. Then why do you have your hand on your stomach? You huff a laugh. You got me there. I don't have a heating pad, so I'm trying to soothe the cramps with the warmth of my hand. Is it working? What if I put my hand? Before you say anything, Ejirou places his hand just a little down from yours. So half of his hand lay on yours and the other half on your stomach. You were about to protest, but his hand was just so much warmer than yours. You pull your hand away from his. The warmth of his palm slowly calmed the worst of your cramps. Your eyes close from the little bit of peace and you place your hand over his, pushing down gently. Ejirou, would it be okay if we stayed like this, just so I can sleep? You can leave after that. It just feels so nice. Ejirou didn't hesitate. He says with a toothy grin, Of course, anything to help you, my baby shark. You scoot a little to the edge of the bed to make room for Ejirou to shift onto it. You relax for the first time that day, when Ejirou and you were comfortably situated next to each other. With your eyes already closing, you say, Thank you, Ejirou. He kisses the side of your head, being careful not to move his hand at all. Good night, Pebble. You fall into a blissful sleep, so grateful for a caring boyfriend like Ejirou. When morning came, you shift in your bed and were a little surprised to bump into something heavy. You look up to find Ejirou still there. You wondered distantly if he had stayed deliberately or had fallen asleep here. Either way, you were happy to wake up surrounded by his warmth and comfort.